Hi, my name is Pat and I live in Florida with my husband Ed. I've been sick most of my life with sinus infections, bronchitis, and pneumonia. 8 years ago, when I was 60, I had pneumonia 3 times within a 3-month period. We had just moved to Florida from Syracuse, New York, and when I got pneumonia for the 3rd time, my doctor was afraid that I had lung cancer, so he sent me for a CAT scan. They found only scar tissue. So then he sent me to a pulmonary specialist. He found the same, excessive scar tissue. We said our goodbyes, but before I got down the end of the hall, he called to me. He said, "Pat, wait." He said, "I have one more test." He said, "It's a simple blood test." He said, "I'm 99% sure you're fine. You look too healthy." Well, my IgG level came in at under 93. Normal levels are between 800 and 1600. The doctor scheduled me for an IVIG that Monday, and I told him that I wanted to go back to Florida and have my first treatment there. And he said to me, "Pat, if you go, you won't make it." So obviously we stayed. I sent all of my reports to my internist in Florida. And when I made an appointment and we went to see him, he had never even looked at any of the reports. And when I told him what I had and what I needed, he looked at me and said, "I have no idea what to do for you." He turned and he left the room, leaving Ed and I sitting there all by ourselves. We were devastated. I had never felt so alone and scared. We went home and started calling doctors looking for an infusion center. Now we didn't only have someone to treat me for IVIG, but we didn't have a family doctor anymore either. So we found an oncologist willing to treat me. He had a very large treatment center with 25 chairs in it, and the poor people in there were just in there praying for a cure. So I stayed there probably about 9 months. It was so depressing. We left and I went and I found an infectious disease specialist. He had a very small infusion room with only 4 chairs in it, but you never knew what the person next to you had, and that was frightening. We stayed there several months, and then finally we found the Immune Deficiency Foundation, and they strongly suggested that we go to an immunologist, but the closest one was a 2.5-hour drive, and we really didn't want to do that, but we went. She started me on home infusions, and it made such a big difference. After a few years, I went on sub-Q. Today, I infuse every 7 days. My IgG level is over 1,000. I'm healthier than I have ever been in my life. I've infused in our car, on a sailboat, and wherever we travel to. I am truly blessed, and so fortunate too that I have Ed beside me all of the way.